I like it to laugh. I like having fun to make people laugh.
Good evening, everybody! From Cathedral City, California, I'm coming to you live from a hotel. It's a hotel room. I'm joined by Matt Carlin, also in a hotel, Captain Carlin. But I bring you up first. Why? Because you're closest to me in proximity. But we do have the whole trinity here. DJ Douggpound coming in from where, DJ?
Good morning. California. I am marked safe.
Should I go full under interrogation?
So are you the interrogator or the being interrogated?
I'm interrogating. I'm being interrogated for the fires.
It's a lot. I don't know.
Or should I turn it off? Let me give you an A-B here, then I'll get to Vic.
I think on, but face the other way. On, but
spill.
On, but away.
Spill.
But away. There. Like, yes.
There it is.
I didn't know it's called spill. Ooh. Look at that spill. Yeah.
Anyway, then Vic Berger, the fourth here, coming in from downtown.
Downtown.
Let's go down. Oh my God.
Now let's get down.
I wrote the greatest song today, Vic.
Oh, yeah?
Listen to this song. You're going to love it. I just started singing it today. Let's see if this works. Downtown parking. Downtown parking. Downtown parking. Downtown parking. Right? Can you hear that? That'd be a hit?
Yeah. That's a hit. That's a groove.
Parking. Downtown parking. Downtown parking. Downtown parking.
I like it.
When I go downtown, I like to park. Downtown parking, right?
What?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
What?
Were you parking at the time? Were you going downtown?
Are you kidding? Were we parking or not? We were parking in Palm Springs, downtown parking. Free parking.
Did you see the big Marilyn statue where her skirt's blown up and everything? See that thing?
No, I'm not. My wife doesn't let me see that. She makes me cross the other side of the street.
Close your eyes.
Did you ever see there's like an old 1930s grocery store museum?
No.
Right on the main strip there. That like you go in there, you see like where all the old, tins of flour and Brill cream and crap and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The dads were very interested in the 1930s general store. The kids, not so much.
No.
Right.
We're going to do our show today as best we can. We were so excited last week to jump back in, and after a very long, boring time off, it was very exciting to meet on Tuesday to go through our plan, and then come back on Thursday. But shit happens. Shit happens, folks. There's nothing we can do. We tried. We were. We'll go through it. How do we do the show, Matt? We should let's say hi to somebody, anybody, just to make sure we're broadcasting out there. Then I'll give you my whole saga. What do you have for me?
Let's talk to Stenson. Stenson, you gloved up? You ready?
I'm gloved up, guys.
Stenson, where are you calling from?
Nice.
I'm calling from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hell yeah!
This is your old boy from the Jewelry Television. I'm out here scraping the snow off of the satellite dishes. Got to get those signals out, baby.
Oh man!
From the what television?
From home shopping. I call.
Oh right, okay.
Oh my God!
The home shopping guy. Yeah.
Right.
Can't you put those in the dishwasher?
Yeah, we tried, but
those
they're too
dishes-
dang big. Hey, I want to say my heart goes out to all you guys out there.
Thank you.
I got
All right,
family and friends out there. Okay, fine.
Let's shut you up.
I want to see the scraping. Wait,
Yeah,
come
let's
back.
see the
you wanna
scrapes.
see the
Go
scraping?
back.
Tennessee Turd. Who is that? Tennessee Turd. What the fuck, man?
I thought
Yeah,
you were a director down there. And now
Dude,
you're
I'm
scraping
a
dishes?
Don't talk so we can see him scrape. Wait, Tennessee boy, talk.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm scraping. I'm scraping, baby. I'm scraping. I'm
You seem
scraping,
to be
baby.
doing too much though.
It's not doing anything, bro.
Oh well,
Is there
the
Yeah, you
snow
dishes
gotta
in
are
do
there? I
better.
can't
the
really tell what's
dishes are
going on.
white. The dishes are white. The satellite dishes, they're white and snow. You know, doesn't really show up too well.
All right. Well, Stenson,
Well,
thank you for your
yeah,
kind words.
yeah. I
Good
love you
luck to you.
guys.
All right.
Yeah. See you later.
It looked good on
It's
YouTube.
scraping.
We can see it clearly. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Like it's snowing
Yeah.
in Nashville, right? That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
insane. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. 2 to 3 inches of snow or 5 inches of snow isn't big of a deal, but out here in Knoxville, I mean, we shut down, man. It's insane.
I forgot to mention, Vic, you're looking terrific. I
Yeah,
haven't
Vic, you
seen
look
in
great.
a while.
Thanks, guys.
Making,
Means a
made a
lot.
big choice. Can you talk about your choice?
Yeah, I just been growing it over the holidays, and it's just coming really nicely here. I've been growing my eyebrows out a little bit, and I think I'm gonna keep it.
What
They look
happens normally?
handsome.
You shave your eyebrows? You keep your eyebrows
I
trimmed?
I normally do. I do the whoopee. I do the whoopee thing and pick it and it goes.
You
But now I
wax it.
just like, yeah, I dyed my eyebrows is what I did actually.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, let's see. What happened first? Let's go back.
Are you gonna take them through your fire story?
Yeah. Is that fair to do?
I think so.
Well,
There's
just
some general interest there.
general interest. I'll try to make it quick, but it's fairly harrowing. Let's see, Monday the winds came, folks. I know this is sort of the prequel to the disaster, but the winds came through the Said wind. By the way, this might take a while because there are going to
Yeah.
be some side tracks here. Doug, guess what? Doug and I both liked A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, the Dylan movie was very good.
Wow.
Big
We
thumbs
were
up.
not expecting this. I was taken by surprise. Anyways, so the winds come in, and you guys might be able to tell from some of our pictures we take in the backyard and stuff. They're just big 100-year-old oak trees all around my house, on top of my house, and growing under my house. The roots go under my house, and it's a lot of trees. And
100-year-old, they should run for president.
easy. Hey man, I told you this year. By the way, big announcement. Show's no longer political. We don't talk about politics. It's enough. There's enough shows out there sticking with politics.
Let's stick to Dylan and Beatles.
Yeah. And so the winds start whipping, and they've whipped before, and we're kind of used to it, but this was something else. This was scary shit. This was like very just whipping hard, hitting the sides of the house. They'd come in, big gusts would come in, trees would kind of go halfway over. And so we're kind of spooked the whole day. And then I think that night there was a little bit of chatter online about a fire on the west side, and then there was a little chatter about Altadena. Maybe there's something going. Like at night, it felt like, ooh, this is not a good recipe for for that night. It was looking kind of edgy. Now at the same time, my old man, Rich Heidecker, Mr. Absolutely, was flying in with his girlfriend to visit me and the kids Monday night. And so he's checking in with me, and I said, well, listen, it's just very windy here, just so you know. It's going to be a very windy visit. And he calls me from Salt Lake City where they're changing, and where he says, yeah, we're on time. I said, it's very windy out there. I don't like the thought of this plane flying around in this wind. It seems a little dangerous. But so the plane, it was so windy that they had to divert to LAX. He was supposed to land in Burbank. It's a whole other airport and all this stuff. He said it was the worst landing of a plane he's ever been on. It was terrifying. He gets in at like midnight to my house. We wait up and let him in and say, geez, look at this big branch had come down, and it was just leaves and debris all over the place. And we're like, just so you know, there's a fire starting up ahead, and we doubt there's going to be anything, but you might want to just know that there's a potential chance of evacuation and all that stuff. I pack a bag, folks, that has like 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of t-shirts, and and that's it. Like real lazy. Like didn't pack a charger. I just threw like very like we're not going to be leaving kind of packing job. Marilyn, my wife, packed a lot more. She packed old stuff, old gift certificates, a lot of gift certificates. All the gift certificates that we never redeemed are at a big Applebee's gift certificate. But that was it. We said, all right, let's go to bed. We go to bed. Let's hope the winds die down. 5 a.m, we get this like alert on the phone. Evacuate now. Evacuate now. Yeah, it was that. It was like shot out of bed. We totally take that seriously. We fucking get the kids up. The kids were already like freaked out the night before because this sort of talk about it. Like, hey, just so you know, we have to pack a bag because there might be something going on. My son Charlie was like, does this mean we're not going to be able to live in our house anymore? It was like that kind of shit. It was like, woo, this is kind of heavy. Like, no, everything's going to be fine. They just like to be very careful about these kind of things. So we get in the car very quickly, way too quickly, because there's nobody else in my neighborhood that was out. It was like pitch black. Nobody out. But, and I didn't bring a chart. I didn't bring sunglasses. I didn't bring a hat. My usual cap was nowhere to be found. It was just really poorly planned. But we go outside of our house and a huge tree had come down right to the right. We were able to get out, but our neighbors up the hill would be blocked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Which I don't care about them. I mean,
yeah.
It's really it's all about me getting out as fast as I can.
Of course.
No, but I didn't know we couldn't move it, and we couldn't and it was only like 3 or 4 houses up there. And I said, let's just get down the hill and then we can call them and, see if they're home, maybe and then worst case, we can call 911 and get a fire, get somebody up there. So, and that's what happened.
Could they had gone like the opposite way around?
No, it was a dead end up there. Yeah.
Dead end.
But it was a major tree. It was not like, I don't know. I was like, I don't have a chainsaw. That would have been the only, it would have been probably like an hour of work up there. Anyways, they got out. The crew went up there and took care of it very quickly. But we get down to the bottom of the hill, go to this parking lot, and you start seeing cars coming down, and you're like, okay, this is actually, you're hoping this is a drill, this is not real, but it was real. It was an actual evacuation order. And
it wasn't like a warning, Tim. So it was actually
it was not a warning. It said leave now.
What do you do if you don't, though? What if people just stay? What happens?
Well, that happens all the time. I think you're technically in violation of. Matt, do you have an answer for that?
I need to know.
I believe you. I think you can get fined, but you see it all the time. You see some guy with a hose spraying his roof, and
that's true.
They're not going to go door to door and force people out.
I'm a shill to the administrative state. I'll do whatever they tell me to do. I'll bend over. I am a bootlicker. Happy, proud bootlicker to the administrative state. I'm happy to submit to their rules. I get my vaccines,
Yes, Daddy.
I bend over
extra
and get
vaccines.
fucked. Yes, Daddy. Thank you. I'll have more, please.
Thank you,
Whatever you want me to do, I will do.
Oh, someone in the chat raises a point. I believe this was
Harder, Daddy.
Was that Tuesday morning or which morning?
Tuesday morning, 100%.
Yeah, it was
No, because
Tuesday.
we had our call.
No, we had
Tuesday.
it was Wednesday morning.
This was Wednesday. Believe
Fair
me.
enough. I
have
take it
no
all
idea
back.
what day it
All
is.
right, it did. You know what? It didn't happen. Sorry, I made it up.
I just want to get the timeline right for
You're
me
right.
as well. It's Wednesday morning, Tuesday, because that wind was whipping. Tuesday, it was scary. You heard this
Tuesday
crazy
meeting.
wind.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Backing
yeah.
it all up. Wednesday morning is our evac morning. So I don't know what to do at 6 a.m. I've got my dad, his girlfriend, my kids and my wife, and everyone's trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. We're starting to feel the ashes and smell it, and it's kind of okay. This is close. Anyways, we kind of sit there for 10 minutes. I was like, maybe we should have everybody come to this CVS parking lot we're sitting in. I don't know. That was still in the evacuation zone. And then we said, well, let's go get some breakfast. Let's go to Denny's. Denny's is always open, so we find a Denny's. And then
sorry, one more point I just want to add one more little note. Was my 5:30 a.m. wake up call was left out of this.
Well, I was getting to that. I'm getting to that.
It was 5:30. It was earlier. It was like 5:30. It was super early.
All right, so 5:30-ish. I think it's a little past 5:30, but I called Matt because he's closest to us, and Matt's like you guys know this, like his family basically. Matt and Chris and his wife and her daughter and their daughter. It's his family, and they're close. And it's like they're the people you call in an emergency, and vice versa. If something's going on with you guys, you would call me. I would think one of the people you'd call, maybe. I don't know.
Nobody called me.
You're not calling Vic.
Get the call.
You're not calling Vic.
We can burn in hell.
Didn't cross anyone's mind.
No,
sorry,
no.
guys.
But I said, I called Matt because also I know Matt's going to be probably awake. It was like he's an early riser like me,
right?
But he did have that sound of I was asleep voice. Hello, yeah. What is it? Hello,
Captain Matt here.
It can't be good news when that phone's ringing, Matt. That's how he sounded when he answered the phone.
Captain Matt here.
That's the recording of his when he answered the phone.
That's what you on my personal line, day or night. That's what you hear.
Our worm farm.
Yeah,
I was up working on my worm farm.
Yeah, tending to his worm farm. I said, I got we got an evacuation. Can we come over? He said, of course. We go to the Denny's, but the Denny's is like still very much like bad smoke area. Like it didn't feel like a good idea. Like why don't we don't want to sit in this Denny's and eat Moons Over Miami here.
They got a smoking section in there?
It seemed like it did. But Doug, this is not funny stuff, man. This is serious.
I'm looking for worm drops.
He called himself the Worm Dude.
So anyways, we get to Matt's. Matt's like, I don't know if I have coffee. I'm like, what? Come on, man. Let's go. Always have coffee.
I did say, if you have coffee, bring it with you. In the evacuation.
You're a tea guy.
Well, here's the thing, though. I'm tending to an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old and like a 77-year-old and another 77-year-old. So I'm like, and luckily my dad and his girlfriend, they're very, for the most, they're pretty roll with the situation. Like, I'm very grateful for that. They're like, whatever, they're not a pain in the ass really, but I'm sensitive to it. And anyways, so we sit and Matt and I go out and kind of assess the skies, and it does not look good. It looks like fucking apocalyptic, And we sit around for a little bit. Now, my mom lives out in Palm Springs, and we said, let's maybe we should just head that way and wait this thing out a little bit. And Matt hemmed and hawed on that for quite a while. Matt was not ready to make that call. Was not ready.
I was in
to
the
jump.
shower when that discussion was going on.
But we eventually got there. Now this is not to get too in the weeds on this, but it's my mom and dad are separated, and they're friendly with each other and stuff, and they were planning on seeing each other, but suddenly the dynamics had changed, and we were all coming to her place with my dad and the ex and the girlfriend, and and it was like a full house,
the ladies.
Sounds like a Netflix comedy.
Yeah, we're talking to Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda about developing it, but and then Matt and Christina and his daughter and our friend Alyssa and her daughter, who's my daughter's best friend.
And Matt's dog was left to.
And dogs. Oh, don't let me. Did we? This is the big news, folks. I hope everyone's sitting down. Can everyone stand up? That's on Zoom. Everyone stand up. I'm watching you. Stand up. I'm seeing everybody, so stand up. Ben F., I see you're sitting down. You got to stand up for this one. Can you? Unless you can't. Okay. All right, folks. You're going to want to sit down for this one.
Vic, that would have been a great time for that drop.
Which one?
I'm still standing.
Oh, I know. I know.
No, because
don't
Vic
tell
knows
me.
that the joke was me having people sit back down right away.
Right. I was looking for dogs.
Doug, you're wrong.
Dog drops.
But Matt,
I'll have it ready for next time.
Captain Carlin's got a dog now. A little dog. A little yappy dog.
Worst mistake of my entire life. Bigger disaster than the fires.
Well, let's not say that.
Too soon, sorry.
So, we all headed east. If you're not familiar with the area, you can get out Google Maps. Hey, Doug, let's pitch Google Maps. Doug, Google Maps.
I need City of the Day fake ad ideas. I'm going to write it down.
Welcome to Google Maps. We clean everything up using AI. No, we started heading east. It's about 2 hours. And let me say, there's not a lot of traffic, but there because of the winds the night before and the day before, I've never seen anything like it. There were over 10. There's one little stretch of the 210, which goes from LA to San Bernardino area. At least I would say 10. That's a high number. I'm gonna say 8 to 10, just to be safe. And we have instituted a lie detector on this show through Zoom. We have a new feature is a lie detector device. 8 to 10 full semis fully on their side, like flopped over on the side of the highway, like boop, like take a little nap. Thank you. Might have been more. Might have been 11, Vic.
You're right. It's at least a dozen, according to news reports.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, they asked me, so the KTLA asked me. That was the report I gave. That was the quote I gave them. At least a dozen. But so that was freaky. And then, you're looking back because the whole San Bernardino Mountains are just like filled with smoke from the what we call the Eaton Fire. And you start leaving, and don't even get into we could talk for an hour about that and not even talk about the Palisades fire, which is worse, bigger. And anyway, that was it. Got a hotel. We were like, well, let's just go out there, figure it out. What was that, Wednesday night, Matt?
Yeah, that's Wednesday, morning. We drive out around 10, 11 a.m. That's the timeline.
And then we sort of realized that things are not getting better. Things are getting worse. And we stayed the night and then stayed another night. And every day we're like, I want to go home. I want to get back home. I got to get my dad to the airport on Sunday. But everybody here is like, well, the air is bad and we can't go outside if we do go home. And but meanwhile, Doug and Vic are living the life of leisure and sitting in L.A. So give us the report from your side.
Well,
for me, it's pretty. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Doug.
I remember when those winds were going on. I guess that was Tuesday night. We've established. It was crazy. It sounded like a storm was happening outside. It was just like a loud sound.
Yeah.
Of like rumbling, and then I went outside, and it was just like the trees were spinning around, and then of course, I had to do some wind jokes on Instagram stories, and then I'm just making jokes about it. I'm like, I didn't think there was going to be a big catastrophic fire. So the next day, I had to delete my jokes about the wind.
Oh man!
No, I mean, I was considering leaving. I have a lot of friends that just left, and they weren't in the evacuation zone. But I don't know, something about just sticking around in case I'm needed or.
Well, you went up to my place to check on everything yesterday.
Your zone is cleaner than The air up there was cleaner than down here. It seemed
Okay.
fine up there.
Weird.
So you didn't go home yet, Tim?
No, there's some reasons, but
There's a lot of moving parts.
a lot of moving parts. It's just like, let's just stay. It's that kind of idea. Is like, why go back if we can just stay and
Maybe you got a 5-day Groupon and you have to, see it through.
no, but
There's a good Denny's in Palm Springs. So.
and it's we're just I'm trying to wrangle like 15 people all day long and all night, and I mean everybody's been good, but it kind of came to a head last night because the one thing my dad wanted to do, he didn't care about anything else, but he went to Notre Dame. And then I don't know if you follow college football. I didn't really, but this Notre Dame is in the finals, and they were going to be playing Penn State. It's this big, the Orange Bowl, Vic. Okay.
Wait, your dad went to
Wait a second.
Notre Dame
He went to
High School?
Michigan or wherever that is, Indiana. He
went to Notre Dame. Yeah, he went to Notre Dame College.
I know.
University.
I thought you meant like he went like during this crisis. He went there. That's what
No,
it
he
was.
went to school
That's
there.
what I
so
thought
he's
he
a big
meant.
fan. He's a
Yeah,
big
thank you,
fan
Vic.
of Notre Dame football.
Notre Dame.
The Fighting
Dame.
Irish.
Yeah. So I said, don't worry, Dad. We're going to watch the damn game, right? We're going to get somewhere. I don't know where. Might be at my mom's. It might be at a bar. We're going to figure it out. I want to watch too. What the hell? So we get back to my mom's place from doing something. And at 4 o'clock, the game's at 4:30. I start trying to turn on the game, and my mom's still somewhere else. I can't get the TV to work. I accidentally turn off this switch. Nothing turns back on, and I'm pressing every button you can imagine on unplugging. Nothing. The clock is ticking. It's like a 2-minute warning. It's like, come on, and we call my mom. She doesn't know why it's not working. I'll come home, and there's so many like trying to figure out whose cars someone is taking and how are we going to get. I have to drop her off before I can get to you, but she has the gate to get into the building, and I don't have the keys. And it's like that all the time. And we couldn't get the damn TV on.
Oh my
Matt's
God.
dogs are barking. I'm not talking about his feet.
Tim, I got a question. The quarterback. You got the quarterback. Which position is the hunchback? The hunchback in Notre Dame. Vic liked it.
I like it.
They should have a hunchback position just for that team.
Anyway,
Runs around.
on a serious note, we got it where we had to go back to the hotel. It was a whole.
That's
and
the
I had to-
serious note is the
That's
Notre Dame.
no.
No football. No football.
Rich got
Can't
to
do it.
see the game on a serious note.
On a serious note, folks, I think we should take a minute to remember that he did get to watch the game.
And who won the game?
Notre Dame. It was a beautiful game, actually. I ended up watching a lot of it too, and it was like, woo! What a game! Woo! Brian Wilson talking about watching the football game. Wow, they really threw the ball really far. Man, I like the marching band music.
He threw your
Like
school.
John Philip Sousa. Wow. Anyway, that was my little whatever annoying week. It was scary, I think, because I was looking at, I was watching my like ring cam of my house to see if it was going to burn down all night, just to like, because I don't know. I was looking at the fire, being like, I guess this is not coming my way, but who the fuck knows? But what happened was many people we know, many great people, and also people that aren't great, who I don't know, I'm sure. But lots of people's houses fucking burnt down, like in a way that is unbelievable. I mean, Altadena is not far from where I live and is a beautiful, wonderful, great neighborhood with great restaurants, and a lot of working class people live there, and a lot of people in the arts, a lot of musicians, I know 2 DPs that worked with me very deeply on cinema. A guy that shot Mr. America, Gabe Pate, and another guy who hasn't gone public that his house went down. So I'm very sensitive about talking about people's struggles. But if you know, people have posted publicly about it. Friends of the show, Matt Fat Tony, very he was on the show. His house is gone. Who else, Matt?
John Carroll Kirby, friend of the
John
show,
Carroll
has
Kirby.
been on the show. Just tons of people.
Tons of people. And for each one, you just can't imagine what it would be like to go through that, how horrible the schools have gone down. So hopefully we can do this super chat today for, you know, we're not sure where the money's going to go. Some of it will go to Vic. Some of it will go to that. But all of it, except for what we have to give to Vic due to the new agreement we made with him to stay with the show.
The pity fund, yes.
Well, no, we'll find a way to get some money to the right place. But it's a complete earth-shattering disaster. We're trying to think of natural disasters in America that equal this. I'm sure there are some that
We got Katrina. I think
might
there's a
have.
lot.
Katrina's a big one, of course. We're going to do a top 20 natural disasters, sort of fun listicle, but it's got to be up there. I mean, and honestly, it doesn't feel like we're out of the woods. I mean, a little bit, I guess, but I don't know. Winds could pick up again. Like it just, who knows what's happening.
How does
over the next
can you
couple of weeks.
tell me why when the winds are blowing, how does fire happen? Like where's that coming from? Is there a spark? You know what I mean? Like what is
It only
I
takes a
really don't
spark.
They said
understand.
it's man-made in a way. Like it's not from a lightning strike. A lot of times it would start with a lightning strike, but since it's so dry here, it had to be some kind of negligence, or that's all I know. That it's
Here's what I know, and again, all we do on this show is bullshit, and we don't talk about
Right.
it, and we don't have any actual
don't know, though.
expertise.
We
I don't know. We'll guess.
But what I can tell you is because of the winds, the oftentimes you'll have a electric, like the transformers can explode because of the wires get all. I don't know how that happens, but a transformer goes ba-boom.
right.
Well, a tree, because so many trees and branches are getting blown around or blown down, that takes down a whole power line, and that makes a spark, and it's a
Okay.
tinderbox.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing that anything works, that we haven't completely burnt ourselves to a crisp across the entire. Like it's amazing that anything happens. And my dad was all mad because he's like, if they knew that these winds were so bad, why didn't they tell us in Salt Lake City instead of getting on the plane? And then I'm like, Dad, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Everyone's improvising, and it's amazing anything happens at all. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of blame to go around. Obviously, it's climate driven because it hasn't. I can attest that this fucking whole region hasn't had a drop of rain in a year, so everything is bone dry.
Well, they also said that since the last two winters were extremely wet, like we had tons of rain the last 2 years, that made all the vegetation grow really
It's more
big,
fuel.
bigly,
It's
and
more
then
and more fuel,
that made it be like the fuel for the, you know what I'm saying? That made it be bigger fuel for what burned up or something.
And look, you're also not to blame anybody anywhere that has a house somewhere, but you have all these people living in areas that traditionally over thousands of years didn't have people people moving up into the foothills and moving into the mountains where there would naturally be wildfires as part of life, the cycle of life. But overpopulation, I don't know, there's a million things you can go through and explain why. I think one of them might have been arson itself, but anyways, it's a terrible disaster for a great city, and I think everybody out there should understand that there might be a little bit of attention given to, and I don't want anybody's house to burn down, but there might be a tendency to sort of gloat about, the celebrities in the Palisades and, oh, poor Tom Hanks, that shit. Like, I don't know if his house burned down, but of course Well, those are people too, of course, and nobody wants anybody's house to burn.
He's
down.
got many other
Nobody wants
houses,
to
I'm
die.
sure.
Vic,
Okay.
please.
What?
But in there is going to be lots of people that are don't have a million other houses, and in Altadena is where this community should try to rally around, because that city is going to need a lot of our help. All right. Now I got to continue watching this other football game, if you don't mind.
We have a clip that kind of bridges this gap from the serious to the amusing. If you're interested yet, this friend of show, Steve Gutenberg clip. Have you guys seen it yet? Share. Here we go. All right. Is everybody seeing this?
Yep.
It's a pretty. It starts out not funny, but it gets.
The audio works.
It's an important announcement I wonder if I could just make. Here on
Everybody hearing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave the keys in the car so that we can move your car so that these fire trucks can get up Palisades Drive.
Yeah.
What's happening is people take their keys with them as if they're in a parking lot. This is not a parking lot. We really need people to move their cars. So if you leave your car on Palisades Drive, leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your car and get them up there so that these fire trucks can get up there. It's really, really important.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Gutenberg.
Steve, do you live in this area?
I live in the area. Yeah, I live right up the hill, and thank goodness everybody back. But I have friends up there right now, and they can't evacuate because it's stuck on Palisades Drive.
Yeah. And you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
Okay, now you look familiar. You look familiar to me now.
Yeah.
So, sir.
Oh.
No,
He's
he's
actually the
playing
police-
clips.
Isn't he the police chief or one of the deputies?
He was giving orders to Lassard. Is it Lassard? Mahoney! We are concerned too that the city of Los Angeles might be run by nincompoops. We're not entirely sure, but there seems to be some evidence now of that. This was Mayor Karen Bass, or is it Karen Bass?
Wait. Yeah, this one.
This one, I mean, listen, this is a funny clip. I think it's a little depressing, but also people fuck up when they're talking and reading stuff, and Lord knows I do. But it is certainly not the best sign for our state of leadership.
Stronger than ever. Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL.
Let's all go to URL. And this breaking news I was kind of alluding to a friend. This friend of mine, Marco, who shot many seasons of On Cinema, shot the latest season of On Cinema, and shot live from Kevin's. Very talented, lovely person, super sweet guy. Has a wife and a small boy, 2-year-old or so. His house is gone. So a GoFundMe just set up for that. So maybe that could be our little mission here on Office Hours, because a lot, like Doug was saying, a lot of people's GoFundMe have maxed, thank God. But there's going to be new ones popping up all the time. So I sent that to you, Matt.
Yeah, and people of the super chats are already coming in. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
My question is, I have a question. Mankind seems to have mastered the elements. You know, we can go to space, we can do this, we can control the oceans. I don't see why.
Yeah, you keep talking, Doug. This is a key play here. Oh, touchdown!
Just mute it. So, and I'll talk to the Zoomers. I'm just wondering, why can't they put fires out easier in this day and age? You know, there should be some way, don't you think? Can't there be some?
I mean,
can't
that
Elon
would be
make
wonderful.
Elon? Let's put Elon in charge. But like a team of drones that each has, like, send up like 5 dozen drones, and each one of them has like 50 gallons of water, and they can pinpoint it unmanned They could fly
Yes,
in.
as soon as that heat
Did-
signature comes in.
But did you see like an actual like people are throwing their drones up in the sky to get like video for their YouTube
Oh,
channels?
Oh
and
yeah,
one of them hit
one of them hit
one
one
of
of
them
those
hit
the
a
super scooper plane.
and put a hole in it.
I'm not talking
put
about
it out.
civilian drones. I'm talking about
Like
Government
big,
drones.
big ass water drones.
Government drones that hover all the time, especially during But the problem is these winds. You can't have anything up in the air. Like this is one of the problems. Is these none of the planes or helicopters or anything could go up during those winds.
maybe they could
So
use
it's
kites
just- how are they going to use kites?
because they got wind.
I think what we need to drop giant domes on like giant iron domes on giant regions, like on mountain chains.
Something. Here
what if
I have
we
another
start-
idea. I mean,
I have one-
obviously during the extreme winds you can't fly anything up there, but like, can't they say that fire is coming down the hill towards homes? Can they fly like 4 helicopters and have them hover low? And I'm kind of serious here, and they're blasting the wind to stop it from going further forward. They got
large
to
wall
hire
or
me as a
something.
consultant. You know what I mean? I have ideas.
John Galantini in the chat. I usually don't look at the chat, but because of the way we're doing this,
You got blow it the
today,
other way.
said he reminded us that
like
Superman 3, when he freezes a lake and drops the whole lake onto a fire. That would be
Oh, that would do it.
That would do it. That would do it. Or instead of flying, they could like shoot it with cannons, ice cannons.
Mhm.
You know?
Or Doug,
Uh-huh.
let me pitch this. What if we flattened everything so no more mountains, so we just get flatness, and that seems easier to manage.
Why don't the homes be underground? Instead of building up, build it down. Then like
All right, well, let's take a
let
cut,
the
Matt. Do we
trees
want to
burn
talk
up
to
on
somebody
top,
on
no
the,
big
on
deal.
the
Right.
Talk to somebody? I don't know.
Yeah,
You could
I
live
think
subterranean
friend of show,
lifestyles, like Matt's worms.
Mikey Kampmann is here.
Mikey.
Mikey should be. Mikey, are you there?
I am here.
Mikey, I'm so
Hey, guys.
happy to see you.
What's up, Mikey?
Back from the high seas.
Yeah. In time to be here for all this insanity as well. Yeah.
Where are you now? Are you in Ventura?
I'm in Ventura. Yeah, I'm in Ventura.
Isn't there a fire up there too, Mikey?
No, there's not. There was a small one, but it got put out quickly. But
First of all, how was this trip on the sailboat?
the trip was one of the great trips of my life. We sailed from Ventura to Cabo at the southern tip of Baja for over a 3 weeks, and it was amazing. All of that. I mean, it is strange to get back from that, and then you're home a week, and then your childhood home burns down. Because I grew up in Palisades.
Your
and
childhood
so,
home burned down?
Man.
so yeah, we grew up over the course of my childhood, we had 2 homes. We moved once in the Palisades, so both those homes are gone. The schools I went to are gone. The supermarkets we went to are gone. Like every family friend has lost their home. Essentially, like your childhood, like all the places of your childhood are gone, which is a strange feeling, obviously. And
Sure.
it's
Your
weird
family
when
your family lives on the East Coast though now.
so my parents had lived in Palisades for 15 years when we were growing up, and then they moved back to the East Coast, but we're still friends with everyone that we grew up with or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just the strangest thing is that the minority people now are the ones whose house stays, who didn't burn down.
Wait, what are you saying?
The minority are the people whose house didn't burn down.
I thought you were making some crack about like black people or something.
No, not at all. That'd be insane.
He doesn't do that anymore.
Well,
That
the
would
way
be
you
so
the way you
insane.
phrased that was
I know.
really crazy. I'm like, geez, man.
I thought this show was no longer political. By the way, Doug, your freaking hunchback Notre Dame football position joke is so good, man.
That is the oldest joke in the book.
I've never heard it, and I invented that joke.
Who's your
I'm
favorite
gonna be
hunchback
I'm
player
gonna
of
be
all
doing
time?
I'm gonna be doing that joke when I'm opening for you, Tim.
That's right, folks. Tickets are
Coming up.
still on sale for the Tim Heidecker Slipping Away tour with DJ Douggpound, Neil Hamburger, and Kyle Mooney, and many more. Not many more, but more.
The hunchback gives the ball to the center, and then the center gives it to the quarterback.
I felt bad. It was early on. It was on Wednesday, and I just settled in at my mom's place, and I took a little picture of my dad. He was very cute. He was kind of waving. And it was kind of light, and I was like, I got to post something because tour is 2 weeks away. Tour is 2 weeks away, and like, I can't be doing what this week has been, which is like taking my kids mini golfing on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? 'Cause, like, we got to do shit with them because their schools are closed. Like, I can't focus on, like, I should be working on prepping for the tour. Anyways, it's like, I got to promote. So I sent this picture of my dad and was like, hey, Rich, Mr. Absolutely is reminding you that my tour is coming in a couple weeks. And then like I felt really bad because it's like, somebody made a crack, like, oh, you're using the fires to promote your self-promote. And it's like, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed
Tim,
to do?
now's not, how did you didn't even use the fires in that. But Ringo,
I don't know.
What about Ringo?
Well, Ringo, Mikey. I don't know how you feel about Ringo Starr, but oh, yikes. Ringo's got a new song out today, and it's not one of his best.
Do we want to take a listen? Is it worth
Can we
the
listen?
Hear that shit?
Well, let me
We're
just
gonna
say
interview.
first,
We should interview Mikey about his trip.
Yeah, I want to hear about the
We
trip.
can listen to this first if you want.
what do you
Maybe
mean? I
let's
just asked him
listen.
about the... Hold on.
I
I
want
want
more
to hear
details
Ringo.
about
I
being
want to
out
hear
on
the Ringo song.
Wait, what is else to know? He was on a boat. He sailed down to somewhere, and he came back safe
He
and
said it
sound.
was the greatest adventure of his life, and then that's
So
all
what?
he said. What else about it?
What else? Oh, the boat went this way, then it went that way. And it was fish, and then the sails, then it
you're probably
rained.
right.
Oh, really?
You're probably right.
Good luck telling a good story about that, Mikey. I'll give you $1,000 if you could tell me a good story about your sailing trip.
Ooh.
All right, let's show them. show your bills.
Let's
Get
talk Ringo.
I want to hear Ringo.
Ringo
Look,
Starr.
I went on the trip, and I want to hear Ringo.
Yeah.
Well, we need to do a full investigation here because we have some bones to pick with Ringo too.
Well, let me just say about Mikey's trip. I asked Mikey to sort of chronicle or journal about your trip and share it with us in a written format. We'd appreciate that. I would pay you money for that because I'd like to read about it. Or if you want to make a little audio journal of it, or however you want to express yourself, I'm here to support you.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I'll look forward to pitching you a few ideas on that.
You know what? If the ship wrecked, he'd have a story.
I know. That's
You know
what I'm
I mean?
telling you.
Those are great stories. Those are shipwreck stories are the ones that I like.
We
Go
did
down to
almost
bar-
wreck.
All right. Well, now we're talking.
Oh, okay.
There was a treacherous reef that we encountered in the night. Are you listening?
You got my attention.
No, it's true. We woke up in the middle of the night. I mean, you take turns sailing through the nights, so, and it was my turn coming up, but I could tell when you're down below sleeping on the boat, you can tell sometimes when things aren't quite right. And so I went up, and the captain was up there with one of the, there was 4 of us total. So the captain was up there with one of the other sailors, and there was a treacherous reef up ahead, and no matter how much they were trying to steer the boat away from it, there was a current pulling us back into the treacherous reef. And it was one of those situations that like as you're like sleepwalking through it, you're like, whoa, we did end up tacking to go away from it, but we missed it by like a mile, right? Which is pretty far, but like in the grand scheme of the ocean, like if we had just not paid attention probably for another 10, 15 minutes. Like,
We've been going right into
that
it.
is how you kind of get shipwrecked in the middle of the night, like going upon a treacherous reef that's like sunken 5 feet below the water, like
Jesus.
out of sight. It was an exciting, bizarre, weird moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, back to Ringo.
Yes, please.
First of all, I feel like there was this bait and switch where it's like Ringo's got a country record coming out. He's got a country record He's gone to Nashville, and I like Ringo doing country. There's there's Buku of Blues, Bukoops of Blues, whatever. It works. And then I think there was kind of a country sounding song, but then he put this song out today called Look Up, and it don't sound country at all to me.
You gonna play a little bit?
Oh shit! I had the wrong one up. Hold on.
I have
But
a bone to
then
pick.
Matt
The
made,
Billy
Doug
Strings
made a
one
point.
is the Billy Strings one is the country one.
It's called Look Up. I
Not
don't know who's
Never
on
Let
it.
Me Go.
No, I'm talking about
Here
Look
it is.
Up.
I got it. Oh, it has a video too. Okay, hold the
The
way.
video sucks.
You know who produced it, Tim?
I know who did. T-Bone Burnett, one of the
Yeah,
Coward
one of the
Brothers.
Coward Brothers. Yeah.
Molly Tuttle.
It looks like a country song.
Hey,
I like
hey,
the
we're
font.
working with Molly Tuttle. What the hell? This sucks.
He's a low.
Oh my God.
He's in his backyard again, too.
It's
He's
also
not wearing
all.
a tracksuit.
That's not.
It's all of
country.
the train that's now on fire, but because it was
Yeah,
like
exactly.
2 weeks ago.
Ugh.
Well, also Matt was saying, like, if you look at his social media, there's like no mention of the fires. It's all happy-go-lucky, talking about there's new singles out and peace and love and
It's very
tone deaf.
It's very tone deaf. If you look at the past, literally the past 2 days.
Well, maybe he doesn't look at social media. You know, he's
Look
just,
at, oh, I
So-
love
well,
it.
even worse.
Look at that.
This is January 9th. So he's
But look at
quiet
his-
from December 22nd, and then he's coming back on January 9th when all the shit's going down. With
Look at
his
that white
statue,
horse
though.
behind his head. What's going on with that
I
white
know.
horse behind his head?
And then this.
That's a statue in his
monstrosity.
backyard. Isn't
Is
that
it?
the
Two of
best?
them.
that's in
He
his
has that in his
backyard.
backyard, yeah. Oh, wait, no, look at it.
Twice.
It's got a. It's
That's
got a,
from yesterday?
The hat
Yes.
is
What
Photoshop.
are the watermarks on it, though? It's watermarks.
Yeah, and it has the Alamy watermark.
He can't afford to license the photo
No,
of his statue
of his
in
own
backyard.
And
That's how
then
they
this.
do it.
Oh
National
God!
God.
So the promotion for the record is like putting his hat on other
Oh,
things.
my
Like
God.
digitally. Oh,
Oh,
Ryan.
no. Ringo.
Oh, that's a great one. How clever.
Vic, is that your hat? Is that what this
That
is all
is
about? You're
pretty
wearing
much.
that Ringo
I
hat?
love it.
Vic, you got to get rid of that hat now.
Yeah, man,
No,
that's
it's just a
very
paid promotion.
insensitive. How much is Ringo paying you to promote his new record?
Just peace and love. That's all he's giving me.
Oh dear, that annoyed me.
Ugh.
It's not country, Ringo. It sounds just like more of that crap you do every 2 years with your EPs, or it's got this Beatle-esque plug-in that you put on everything.
Look Up is good fire advice, though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Works
better
on
for
that
like
level.
tornado warnings, maybe. Mikey, like speaking of the Palisades and you're growing up there, like I think people would love to know who your dad is. Is that fair? Is that fair game?
Got my hat right here. My dad worked in show business in the 80s and 90s. I mean, he had a good career. He worked in Second City, and a lot of his friends went on to become super famous household names. But our childhood was spent in the Palisades, you know, this very surreal place. Great place to grow up because you're just so safe and
Yeah. It's idyllic.
idyllic. It was idyllic, especially as a kid. When you're a kid, you don't know anything, right? You're just like, oh, this is just an awesome place where I can ride my bike down to the ocean. I can ride my bike into town, whatever. Billy Crystal throws out the first pitch at your little league game. You know, all very normal stuff.
Yeah. But what movie did your dad write that would thrill my audience?
Maybe Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. That one might thrill them.
of course.
Clifford, the movie
Clifford.
Clifford with Martin Short.
Yeah.
Clifford.
Yeah.
Did he direct
Yeah,
it or just write it?
He wrote it. He wrote
Wrote
it.
it.
Yep. He wrote
What,
it.
was it true that movie wasn't originally for Martin Short, or like
It was my
supposed
mom's
to be-
idea. It was
just
my
supposed
mom's
to be a
idea to cast Martin Short.
But
Wow.
was the original movie idea that was just a kid that was
It
like
was,
a problem
yeah, exactly.
child?
It was kind of like a problem child style movie about, you know, adopting a young boy who's
Right.
who's is a
Pain in the
tormentor.
ass.
Yeah, and then it was my mom who suggested, what if Marty played the boy?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, that scene, there's a famous scene of why can't you just be a normal human boy?
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Is one of the
So
greatest
funny.
pieces of greatest
So
pieces
funny.
of comedy ever.
But yeah, pretty like, I don't know, man. Like, it's strange. The last couple of days, I've just been texting with my family a lot, and we've been sharing memories with just this place. You know, it is such a surreal feeling. I feel like I have a pretty decent practice of impermanence. Like, I practice that in my life a lot. This idea that everything's going to go, that amazing hotel room you're in is going to go someday, and the art behind you.
This is a beautiful piece.
That's not going anywhere.
We brought this with us. We travel with my favorite art.
That's the one you saved.
I said, "Hun,
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh my God.
gotta
Wait,
bring
talk-
my favorite art.
Wait, talk, Tim. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful.
We got to bring my favorite art with me.
Did you bring the hammer
I
and
forgot
nail?
my chargers, but what's that, Mikey?
Did you bring the hammer and nail to put it up wherever you went?
Yeah. It's like that little fix-it kit that you can get at the
that's
IKEA.
in the go bag.
Yeah. So I can hang my art.
What's in my go bag? We should do that. It's kinda
Oh,
like
well,
the Amoeba
I have to say,
videos. You know, you do the what's in my go bag.
I
would
learned a
watch
big.
that
I did
series.
learn a lesson because I was like, why didn't I just have a suitcase that was already packed that just lives in a closet that has like all this like doubles of, some medicine and some toiletries and shit, and like, I don't know, it just felt like that would be so easy to do if I just take an hour to do it one day.
Tim, did you have a moment where you had the 5 minutes to really grab what you think you care about?
No, I didn't. I mean, I could have, but I was worried about getting the kids out of there and getting my dad out of there. That I didn't think, and I really didn't take it too seriously. I just felt like this is not going to happen. I just felt like.
But do you have anything? Do you have anything that's
like
not replaceable? Like you can't.
No,
like this
that's
something.
the other thing.
Right?
I don't collect anything. I mean, I've got some nice guitars that I've kind of bought over the years, so that would be sad. But like, whatever. Like, I really didn't feel. I didn't feel like heartbroken if something.
Right.
Tim, say you you have 5 minutes. The kids are all safe. No more humans to worry about. What are you grabbing?
I have like a guitar from a 60s guitar that is like a very nice Gibson acoustic.
Which one is it?
It's the one that Vic plays when he sits behind it.
But what is it?
Oh yeah, I love that one.
It's a Gibson
Acoustic.
J50. It's a
acoustic
Gibson
one.
J50.
It's a nice one. But you can get another one of those. They didn't just make one.
I'm just saying, if you had to grab stuff, I'm just curious, what would you grab? I mean, you probably want do you have like family photos that are like, they're not digitized, and you got to grab those, like a box of that stuff?
Maybe. I don't even care about any of that stuff. I don't care about. There's plenty of photos online. What do I need a photo for?
Print it out.
What am I gonna look at?
Bag
some
of
photos?
You're
Snickers
a
fun
highly
size.
photographed man. I guess
Well,
you're a different
yeah.
case, but like.
No, I mean, I don't want to look at photos of myself. I want to look at, I guess, like we have a wall of like grandparents and stuff. Their photos from like when they were kids. Sure, I'd grab a few of those.
Grab that
but who
wall.
cares?
Let's say this.
There we go.
Say this one.
What is that?
Me. It's me.
Oh,
I would take that. That would be it.
You set up your whole new life with nothing but like a folding table and that picture, and a
Exactly.
pencil.
Well, listen,
No, I really
guys,
don't.
it's
I
been
don't
an
feel
hour.
that much. Well, I think it's a good thing. I don't feel like Matt. I think you said it too. It's like I don't know. We just the attachment I have is to people and to experiences, and like I don't collect records. I got a lot of shit, but if I lost it, I don't feel like I would be devastated by it. But
What
that's
I would
just
grab
me.
though, I don't know if Vic might have something like this, but I have like 20 hard drives just filled with like my work, like my life's like work. And I would probably grab those.
Yeah,
I even have everything like
My
uploaded
computer,
to the cloud,
like the stuff that I'm like creating.
But can't you get that? You got to work on getting that shit up to the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should be your 2025 project.
Yeah, do that.
Start
Wes got me
organizing
this
that shit.
super mega hard drive. I guess that's not the cloud though, huh? Gotta get
Oh, that's
that.
nice, Wes.
Well, listen,
I didn't get
guys,
one of those.
it's been an hour, believe it or not. So
Holy hell.
and I think we do have a patented Vic Berger halftime vid. Why don't we take a
Okay.
little pee break?
Yeah, we've got another caller. We got another friend of the show. who
Another
has
friend of
a
the show,
ex-
yeah. I think the dogs are actually coming into my hotel room in a moment.
Oh, we got to meet these dogs.
I want to hear more about
Also,
Mikey's trip.
I have a game that I made that we can play.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey, do you want to stick around? You got
I'll
some
stick
time
around for a couple minutes. Yeah. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, well, we love you, Mikey, and you know that. I tell you that every day. I text you that every day. I say, I love you.
Let me just
Thank you very
text.
much.
Let me check my text real quick. I haven't gotten those ones in a little bit.
And when I see your name spelled, is this K? That's a misspelling on purpose or something?
What are you talking about?
With the K?
What are you talking about?
Because I've been texting Mikey Kampmann with a C every
Oh,
morning.
what a lucky guy.
Mikey, did your dad come up with the triple Lindy? Did your dad come up with triple Lindy?
My dad does claim to have come up with the triple Lindy, and based off of his
yeah.
time on the Jersey Shore, growing
What
up.
about the idea of
Nice.
scooping the bread out of the sandwich to make a big?
I think
fat
that's all
bowl?
Dangerfield.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. We'll take a quick break because I want to get back to seeing everybody and talking to everybody. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad to be with you all, and thank you for bearing with us. This was a rough week, but we're very lucky. Feel very fortunate to be able to do this, and that we're all here. And fuck all your records and all your pictures of your aunts and uncles. It's all about the beating heart of our friends and loved ones. So. Yeah, we'll get into more of this in a few minutes. Take it away, Vic, and join patreon.com/officeHoursLive. Let's flood the super chat with dollars to send to our friends and to the firefighters and to relief organizations. We'll put it in to good use. Be back in a few.